Toni, yeah. Toni in the morning. Toni in the morning. Waking up your world. Toni in the morning. Toni in the morning.
94.1 WHRP.
Finally, it is Friday. Welcome to the weekend, Toni in the morning. Primetime is off today, and let me tell you, we got some fun things in store for you. A trampoline that saves a life, indeed. And how about this? Free childcare. How does that sound to your ears? Free childcare, where there is a state that is offering free childcare. I'm wondering if the other states in this country will follow. We're going to find out.
94.1 WHRP.
Did you hear about these construction workers that are now dubbed heroes? There are more good people in our world than not. We just don't always hear about them, but we're going to tell you about it right now. All right, check it out. So this house was on fire as the construction workers were nearby. There was a mom, a grandmother, and a 4-year-old girl in the house that needed to get out. But how? There was an explosion included in this situation. It was on blaze, and somebody thought real quick and said, hey, jump out the window and we'll catch you on this trampoline. Now, trampolines are always in people's backyards for fun. Sometimes people don't like them because they cause more harm than not. But this time, saved a life, a trampoline. So the workers used the trampoline to rescue a teenage boy that was on the second floor of the burning house and just told him to jump. And they jumped, landed on the trampoline. And when he landed on the trampoline, you know what happened next, right? Bounced up in the air, and then somebody caught him in their arms. Now that's thinking on your feet.
Toni in the morning is looking black in the day. Back in the day. Back in the day.
Well, back in the day, Quincy Jones won an Emmy for the musical composition for the miniseries Roots. It was one of the 9 Emmys for the miniseries, which pretty much was unprecedented at that time in 1977. That's back in the day. On this date, back in the day, 1978, the classic sitcom Taxi debuted on ABC. The Smurfs invaded Saturday morning for the first time in 1981. And after not speaking to the press for 3 years, Prince, well, he did an interview with Rolling Stone on this day in 1985. MC Lyte released her second album, Eyes on This, in 1989, and it was Beyonce who revealed her emotion-filled track, Love on Top, in 2011. 2017, Apple released their iPhone X. All right, a couple of celebrities celebrating birthdays and famous people too, like Jennifer Hudson, the multi-talented performer who is now hosting her own talk show, also portrayed Aretha Franklin in the movie Respect. She starred in Dreamgirls, the movie as well. And the big hit that she has sung and definitely has etched in for a timeless hit, and I Am Telling You. All right, plus 2 Chainz is celebrating his birthday. Ruben Studdard, became the second season American Idol winner. R&B and gospel singer from Alabama, and also an Alabama A&M Bulldog alum. Busy Bone, rapper, member of the Bone Thugs and Harmony group, has hit songs like First of the Month, The Crossroads, Thuggish Ruggish Bone. And you gotta say happy birthday to one of the tallest basketball Hall of Famers, Yao Ming. In memoriam, we remember the one and only Barry White, who was born on this date in 1944, the maestro. Barry, of course, responsible for giving us a lot of babies, might say. All right, that's back in the day. Oh my goodness. And it is National Stand Up to Cancer Day. The effort continues to fight the disease. Back in the day, Toni in the Morning on 94.1 WHRP.
Toni in the Morning Show with your best girlfriend, Toni Terrell, and PT, DJ Primetime 256 on 94.1 WHRP.
Happy Friday. It is the weekend, and I'm Toni Terrell, your best girlfriend. Toni in the Morning. Primetime is off today. Time for the good news in the neighborhood. and you get a chance to enjoy one last little splash at the Huntsville Parks and Recreation this weekend. They're going to close the splash pads down starting Monday on September 15th. So get it in. It's going to be a nice weekend for it. We'll be in some nice summertime temperatures, as today will be close to 91 degrees. So take advantage of that. That's the good news in the neighborhood. You can find more on our Facebook page at 94.1 WHRP.
The Good News in the Neighborhood is sponsored by Alabama A&M. Learn more about Alabama A&M University by visiting aamu.edu today.
The latest gossip headline.
Here she goes, up in everybody's business.
Tony's Tattletale.
Did you hear about what happened?
Tony's Tattletale.
Tony's Tattletale. Is any of this true?
Tony's
Well, our
Tattletale.
girl Tiana Taylor, who we just recently saw star in the movie with Taraji P. Henson, Straw, has another movie coming out, and she says she's doing her own stunts. Kind of like Tom Cruise, at least to a point. Yes. It's called One Battle After Another, and she's doing her own stunts. All right, that girl got skills. She said, by the way, I did all my own stunts. Well, I like 99% of them. And you know, I just feel like Tom Cruise. All right, girlfriend. We look forward to this movie opening on September 26th in theaters near us. It's One Battle After Another. Speaking of another battle, it is Ooh Baby Baby, talking about the one and only Smokey Robinson. As you know, there was a lawsuit that Smokey Robinson has been accused of sexual misconduct, assault, with 4 housekeepers who are suing for $50 million. And Smokey wants them to use their legal names. But the judge knocked that down and said, nope, they can stay anonymous. We won't find out the end of this result until October 11th, 2027. That's what I have for the Tattletales. It's not the word, it's what I heard. It's just Tattletales.
Now you're in the know about other people's business. From Tony's Tattletale on 94.1 WHRP.
Listen, everyone's talking about what happened to Charlie Kirk, the guy who, of course, a lot of people didn't know about Charlie Kirk unless you were really deeply seated into politics and have been following him, especially on his podcast. He was very vocal, one of the younger, you might say, leaders in politics today, and supporting MAGA as well as the Republican Party. Had his own views. But one thing he was doing was, like some other folks that were leaning more on the right, he was asking for transparency when it came to Jeffrey Epstein. Yeah, he kept pushing the envelope saying, hey, we need to find out more, all the information, and docs need to be released. That was just one of many things that he had been talking about. Also, when this gunshot happened that claimed his life, he was just answering a question about mass shootings here in America. Very sad situation. I think, you know, one thing that attracts people to live in the United States is the freedom of speech and to do and have opportunities that you may not find in other countries. So everybody has that right here in the United States. It's always sad to hear that someone has been unalived for speaking about what they believe in, whether you agree or not. Here's the deal. They've got footage of this person that had been on the roof of a building nearby, I think nearly 200 yards away. And they have a video where he's jumping off the side of the building. They have an idea of who they're looking for. They're asking for you to be diligent and make sure you're keeping your eyes open. Nonetheless, they have a $100,000 reward for any information that will lead up to the shooter's identification and arrest. So still the manhunt continues as the accused shooter is on the loose in the shooting death of Charlie Kirk.
Tony in the morning on 94.1 WHRP.
Tony in the morning.
94.1 WHRP.
Flex, it's Friday with your best girlfriend, Tony Terrell. And this one sounds so good. I couldn't believe what I was reading, all right? Talking about free child care. Wouldn't you love to have free child care? Raise your hand if you want some free child care, all right? New Mexico has become the first state to offer universal child care to all residents. I know it sounds unreal. The move will potentially save households over $12,000 per child per year. Oh, that's a lot of money, y'all. You love them little babies. Got to pay for them. So the governor there says by investing in universal child care, we are giving families financial relief, supporting our economy, and ensuring that every child has the opportunity to grow and thrive, quote unquote. That is Governor Grissom of New Mexico. Wow, man. So New Mexico will allocate nearly $12.7 million to construct this expansion in child care facilities. Doesn't that sound wonderful? Like a state that really cares about you and your well-being. Now we can really take care of our kids, right? Mama, can I get some extra numbers like candy? No, I got to pay for child care. But in New Mexico, get all the candy you want. All right. It's Toni in the Morning, 94.1 WHRP.
Today's best variety of R&B, 94.1 WHRP.
Did you hear about the big bust in Decatur? They got over $1.1 million of meth off the street. Yeah, the drug trafficking operation. They were, doing a sting. And there was a big search that went down at a hotel near the Beltline and 6th Avenue in Decatur. And they were able to arrest all the people involved, get the drugs off the street and out of the communities. Thank goodness. We always appreciate when we have our police and investigators getting the bad guys off the street.
The Toni in the Morning Show on 94.1 WHRP.
Happy Friday, DJ Primetime 256 off today, and really excited. It's all about sports right now. Football season just started. Baseball season starting to wind down. Basketball season getting into the playoffs for the WNBA first round of the playoffs will kick off on Sunday. And I'm so proud of the Golden State Valkyries, new franchise team already in the playoffs, taking off pretty doggone hot. Yes. Now, everybody talks about the mascots in the WNBA. And, of course, we all know that the elephant, is very popular with the New York Liberty team. But have you seen the new mascot for the Valkyries? Yeah, it's a raven. No, it's named Violet. Somebody shout out Commissioner Violet Edwards, because I got to get her one of those Valkyrie Violet mascots. I think it is so dope. So they're really hyped, and a lot of fun will take place starting this Sunday. Now, the Fever with, of course, Caitlin Clark has been out with an injury, so she's not participating in the playoffs, but I'm sure she'll be on the line, of course, cheering on her team. The Aces will play in round one as well. And on Sunday, it's all about the kickoff to the WNBA playoff, round one.
94.1 WHRP, Toni in the Morning. About to chop it up and break them down. Those complicated lyrics on old school jams and new ones too. It's the old school, new school lyric breakdown.
Well, we are celebrating the birth date of the one and only Jennifer Hudson. Some call her J. Hud. Jennifer Hudson, who starred in the movie Dreamgirls. But it was first Jennifer Holliday who broke this song out on stage, Dreamgirls the play, back in the day. And eventually those two would have an opportunity to collectively sing together this song. And I am telling you, I'm not going. You're the best man I'll ever know. There's no way I can ever go. No, there's no way. No way. I'm living without you. I'm not living without you. I don't want to be free. I'm staying. And you're going to love me, is what she says. Sounds like they're having some bumpy times in their relationship, but she going to hang in there. And she goes on to say, and I am telling you I'm not going, even though the rough times are showing. There's just no way. There's no way. We're part of the same place. We're part of the same time. We both share the same blood, and we both have the same mind. Now, that's one of those situations where somebody is basically saying we are one, and there is just no way we're going to break up, no matter how bad or how tough times are. Jennifer goes on to say, and time, we've had so much to see. No way. I'm not waking up tomorrow morning and finding that there's nobody there. So is this a beg and plead for us to stay together and not break up? Or is this somebody that just says, no matter how bad you treat me, I'm going to stay in it?
Toni in the morning.
94.1 WHRP.
Happy Friday. And M&M's, they got a new one. Now, I'm an M&M fan, but I would prefer to have the M&M's with chocolate versus the M&M with peanuts. Now, I got a friend that loves the M&M's with peanuts, so this is for you, okay? All right, M&M's has a brand new honey roasted peanut flavor, M&M, yeah. And I like trying new things, so I'm going to try this anyway. And I might warm up to the fact that there's the peanuts, chocolate covered peanuts. Okay, all right. But nonetheless, you know what the problem is. I'm not a huge chocolate fan, and I think that's the only thing. But for some reason, every blue moon, I like those chocolate covered M&Ms. I mean, it's nostalgic, right? So got to look for that one. But then let's turn the page to Fruity Pebbles. Did you hear about this? Fruity Pebbles is allowing people to buy a box of cereal with pebbles. It's crazy, but hey, it's a grand idea. I love it. The Pebbles Pay Tour is what they're saying, and you can probably hit up some of the Walmarts across the country, like Rock Hill, you get it, South Carolina, Little Rock, Arkansas, Round Rock, Texas. Basically, you got to have rock in the name of your city and state to get these free boxes of Fruity Pebbles or Cocoa Pebbles, and all you have to do is pay with stones, rocks, or pebbles. Toni in the Morning Show. It's your best girlfriend, Toni Terrell. Thank you for rocking with us weekday mornings from 6 to 10.
I'm DJ Primetime 256. Don't forget the 256. We have a lot of fun doing the morning commute, and we keep you up to date with the news that concerns us right here in the Tennessee Valley.
Plus, O.C. Maddox Jr. has your Black History Facts. DJ Sir Thorough will set it off with a 10-minute wake-up mix.
Toni
No,
in
don't
the
do that.
morning.
94.1 WHRP.